Keir Starmer's tenure as Prime Minister has been riddled with controversial decisions, and one of the most criticized is his move to cut winter fuel payments for pensioners. This decision has sparked outrage across the UK, as it's estimated that over 4,000 pensioners will die this year due to the reduced financial support during one of the coldest months. In today's video, we'll be breaking down a tense moment during a Liaison committee meeting, where Starmer is confronted by Labour MP Debbie Abrahams over his government's failure to protect vulnerable pensioners from the devastating impacts of these cuts. Abrahams didn't hold back. She raised alarming statistics, revealing that since 2013, over 300,000 pensioners have been forced into relative poverty, with women disproportionately affected. This is only getting worse, as the government's decision to raise the state pension age has left many older people struggling. To make matters worse, recent cuts to the winter fuel payment are only compounding this issue, leaving pensioners at risk of freezing during the harsh winter months. Debbie Abrahams pushed Starmer for answers. She asked what immediate actions his government is taking to ensure that pensioners aren't left out in the cold this winter, especially given the financial strain many of them are facing. Starmer, however, seemed caught off guard and failed to provide any clear or practical solutions. While he mentioned an increase in pensions for next year and cited some vague measures to support struggling households, it's painfully clear that these actions come too late and don't address the urgency of the situation at hand. In the committee, Starmer was quick to reference a £470 increase to pension payouts next April, but that doesn't help the pensioners who are already struggling through the current winter. These pensioners can't wait months for relief. They need help now. And Starmer's inability to address the issue is a serious failure of leadership. Starmer also tried to reassure Abrahams by mentioning other government programs aimed at helping those in need, such as local authority-managed allowances and measures designed to assist low-income households. However, none of these measures seem tailored to the very people who are being hit hardest by these cuts, the pensioners. These individuals are on fixed incomes and simply cannot afford to wait for long-term solutions to take effect. The reality is that cuts to winter fuel payments could have devastating consequences, especially for the most vulnerable members of society. As Abrahams pointed out, disabled pensioners and those living just above the poverty threshold are the ones most at risk. Without immediate help, they face the threat of a harsh winter with little support to get them through. What does this say about Keir Starmer's commitment to the most vulnerable citizens in the UK? While Starmer has attempted to shift blame to broader economic challenges, it's hard to ignore the fact that his government has made critical mistakes in addressing the needs of pensioners. The response to this crisis, or rather the lack of response, highlights a serious disconnect between the Prime Minister and the people he is meant to serve. In this video, we've only scratched the surface of this issue. But the bottom line is clear. Keir Starmer's decisions have failed to protect the people who need him the most. With pensioners at risk and the winter months approaching, it's time for real solutions. The cuts are harmful, the answers are scarce, and the political fallout is only beginning. Do you think Keir Starmer is truly doing enough to help pensioners, or is he out of touch with the struggles of the British people? Should he be held accountable for these cuts and the potential consequences for those relying on winter fuel payments? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you agree that Starmer's leadership is failing the most vulnerable, be sure to like this video and share it with others who need to see the truth behind these decisions. This is an issue that affects us all, and it's time we demand answers from those in power.